Kiako Malsi, Nindo Shinsi Mike Ford, Nino GIE, Ottawa, Kansas. About the last couple months, 2 or 3 months, Connie Hildebrandt and I and Megan Serban, who is a Plague descendant in North Carolina, who's related to Edmund Plague and Josephine Nancy Plague. We've been working on drafting a constitution so that your tribe will have a tribal governing document that the federal government will recognize. We're working on this. Stockbridge attorney Kevin Wadzinski gave us a practice constitution to add parts to the constitution to flesh it out, to plan for the tribe's future with a tribal court and all the rules and such that the tribal council will need, and how this tribe will govern itself as a sovereign entity. I mean, this is a charter for your tribe. This is what you need as part of following the Indian Organization Act of June 18th, 1934. So we're making big steps here. We're working on our own. We have a tribal attorney to advise us, but we're learning tribal law right now. And when your descendants at this point, or people like y'all in the future, have to deal as a federally recognized tribe with the entities around you, you comprehend this stuff, and you will be on equal or better footing than they are in understanding the complexities to them, but stuff that's normal to you because you know about this stuff as a tribal member. We're working for the tribe's future to have a tribal governing document again. And today we worked on putting in a tribal court system so that hopefully when the tribe is recognized again, it has tribal lands or reservation lands. It has jurisdiction over its own people and its own tribal boundaries, which is why we need tribal court laws to basically you guys will be governing yourselves as a sovereign entity as your ancestors did before America ever existed. I kind of laugh now because there's a whole bunch of paperwork and stuff thrown at us to be able to do this, but your ancestors were doing this for thousands of years before this country ever existed. But we're doing what's needed to be done now that you guys are a tribe with a governing document again. It's work, but we're getting it done, and we're almost done with it. Reached out to different people. I reached out to Stacy Leeds, who is who's been a tribal law dean at the University of Kansas and at the University of Arkansas, and is a court justice now for the Muskogee Creek Nation in Oklahoma, and an Indian law dean at the University of Arizona, I think. Kevin Wadzinski, different people. We've had to look all over the internet for stuff, but we're educating ourselves, and we will be educating you all on what will be needed to function as a tribal government in the future. But we're planning for the tribe's future as we speak and doing what's necessary to get to each point on the road that Kevin sets up for us to reach to get you all recognized again. So we get together every couple of weeks, every month or so, and we work on that with Megan Serban. Last November, if I'm remembering correctly, early December, or in that period, November, December, Connie and I met with the City of Ottawa at a city council meeting and a county meeting here in Ottawa to lobby for them to support the tribe's re-acknowledgement effort. I'm proud to say that they submitted us a letter doing so. I will read it out loud. This is on City of Ottawa, Kansas official paper. On January 5th, 2022, this letter was sent to us. To whom it may concern, this letter is in support of the federal re-acknowledgement effort of the Munsee Tribe in Kansas through the work of interim chairman Connie Hildebrandt and chairperson Connie Hildebrandt and the Munsee committees. Our public officials have learned about the history of the Munsee Tribe in Franklin County, Kansas, and their history back 5 centuries to the Hudson River Valley and Long Island, as well as their association with the Moravian Church. We acknowledge the Munsee descendants who've worked for the City of Ottawa and Franklin County, Kansas, and we support the Munsee pursuit of federal acknowledgement through the Bureau of Indian Affairs to restore their birthright and culture. Sincerely, Miss Sara Caylor, City of Ottawa, Kansas Mayor. We're taking baby steps, but that is very important. You all have a related tribe, the Brothertown tribe of Wisconsin, who, in order to prevent from being removed again from Wisconsin after being removed from New York to Wisconsin in the 1820s, they took citizenship and were terminated in 1839. Some of y'all have Brothertown ancestry through Gracie Ann Dick, who was, I think, Ignatius Caleb's first or second wife. And they went through re-acknowledgement forever. They're still going through it. And they were told erroneously by the Bureau of Indian Affairs to pursue acknowledgement through the Office of Federal Acknowledgement criteria like we're doing, like the Munsee Tribe in Kansas is doing right now. The language they had in their 1839 Act was more explicit in the dissolution of their tribal nation, but they went ahead through the BIA process and submitted paperwork, lots of documents, probably 15,000, 20,000 pages of documents in the mid-1990s. In 2007, they got a letter back from the BIA not acknowledging their recognition, their ability to be recognized by the BIA, and acknowledging that they had been dissolved by an act of Congress and they were effectively terminated on paper. I've always used the term that I did not want the Munsee Tribe in Kansas to be Brothertown or to be treated like that and be misled. To connect all that I just told you back to this letter, the Brothertown Tribe in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, or in that vicinity around Lake Winnebago, has pursued re-acknowledgement through Congress since that happened 10, 12 years ago. The City of Eau Claire would not support them in the restoration of their federal recognition because after they were erroneously told to go through the Bureau of Indian Affairs regular criteria acknowledgement, and then it was found out that they were terminated and it could not go through that process, the city's attitude was, we're not going to bail you out because you didn't make it through their system. But they should have never gone through that system to begin with. They should have gone through Congress. That's one thing I've always tried to make sure when I talk to politicians about the Munsee Tribe in Kansas, to make sure that we still have the potential to go either through Office of Federal Acknowledgement or through Congress. But I don't want you all being the victims of some bureaucratical mistakes and not having the city where your people reside not be willing to support you in your pursuit of re-acknowledgement. Your tribe, the Munsee Tribe in Kansas, is very lucky to have gotten this letter of acknowledgement from the city, unlike what the Brothertowns experienced. So we're dealing with small steps at this point, but every positive step forward is a good step. And we're very thankful that they did this. And hopefully this leads to bigger and better things in the future. And Nishikan, thank you for your time.